towns and cities need to dazzle with that sonic atmosphere. The directions are stupefyingly, moronically idiotic.
How does that make any possible sense?
Game Dew's basically saying that the directions are stupid. What more do you want me to explain?
I do you this favor, and now you owe me a lot of money. Money that you're gonna have to work off.
Shitballs.
Now, the humans are monstrosities, don't belong in the Sonic universe, and need to be massacred immediately.
God, why is it that people don't complain about the humans in Sonic Adventure 2, and Shadow the Hedgehog, and yet they complain about the humans appearing in Sonic 06? This makes no sense whatsoever.
I know I'm using a point from Danny and the other Ryan, but in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, interacting with them are optional, while in Sonic 06, interacting with them is mandatory in order to progress through the game.
They're absolutely retarded.
Maybe they didn't have the budget to try to hire other voice actors to do the townspeople.
Or, you know, the game is rushed, because even if Sega and Sonic Team didn't have the budget, the least they could do is use their voice team that they do have to record lines for the townspeople. It may sound lazy, but still, that's a convenient way. Heck, the townspeople have voices, so why couldn't the voices behind those people record the lines? Oh wait, that's right, the game was rushed. And also to both of you, noises don't really determine how retarded someone is. I mean, yes, it's an immediate problem, but other main factors to make someone retarded is their movements and what they say. Though to be fair, in the first voice game you showed, the boy was moving in a retarded way.
And besides, it wouldn't kill you to fucking read the subtitles.
Yes, you can read the subtitles, but the townspeople noises are still there. In the Quomaster TP10 in his The William 0737 commentary, he can still make a legitimate complaint about it.
Everyone knows you can't have a Sonic game without an accordion player.
Okay, you said in an earlier point that the humans need to be massacred immediately, and yet you're just going out and say that every Sonic game needs an accordion player?
Why are you taking everything he's saying so literally? It's clear he's just trying to make a joke. Whether you think it's funny or not is a matter of opinion, but it's so obvious that it was not supposed to be taken seriously.
I know I'm using your clip, Danny, but your counterpoint against Ryan's statement here is so epic, I had to play it.
Now, the worst of them all is Elise. This half-white, half-orange slut shares a romantic relationship with Sonic.
How is she a frickin' slut? Go in depth on why Elise is a frickin' slut. I do not see a slut in Elise.
Your opinion.
A damsel in distress. How can she be a slut?
Just chaos black.
Okay, I absolutely have no problem with you using that nostalgia period clip, but maybe you should cut the words chaos blast out, because the way the word chaos is being stepped on the word X made me think that the X from NC's mouth is a car screeching across the road.
Like the nerd always said, what were they thinking? I hope Amy beats the shit out of this fucking bitch.
I beg to differ. She only appears in one frickin' game. That's it. That's all Sega was targeting. One game for Elise to appear.
Still doesn't help the fact that Game Dew wants Amy to beat Elise up.
This guy is unfucking believable.
And neither did that Ripper clip, Ryan. Neither did that Ripper clip.
Needs to go back to Final Fantasy where she came from.
If you're wondering what Game Dew's talking about, he's saying that Elise is a Final Fantasy reject. Just to let you guys know, since Ryan cut the first few seconds of the clip I showed you out. This is another part of the video where you shouldn't cut off Game Dew's sentence. Otherwise people like me don't know what Game Dew's talking about when he brought up Final Fantasy.
In this one, all you have to do is keep talking to the first person you see, and that's it. Nothing else.
Okay, that's maybe a point there. I mean...
Wait, I means? Don't you mean I mean?
Because poor literacy is cool.
Then again, town missions can be a little bit repetitive. I mean, take a look at Spider-Man 2.
If GameDew complain about the town missions being repetitive, they will be hearing him complaining about it and see footage of reused missions. But all he said was that the missions are stupid and only show footage of one mission where you talk to someone.
The graphics are realistically ugly when they should be stunningly cartoonish.
Okay, this game was released for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Of course the graphics are going to be realistic, and I don't find the graphics too bad.
Once
if you
again,
want
your
cartoon graphics,
opinion.
play on the Wii.
Okay, I know I'm using another point from Danny, but just because the Wii has a lot of cartoony looking games and it's a family friendly console, doesn't mean it's only restricted to only cartoony graphics. Take The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for example. Now, I would excuse your point about the PS3 and Xbox 360 since certain cartoony games for it like Sonic Unleashed, Mega Man 9, and Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing are also ported onto the Wii.
The level design is bad. Almost nothing is reminiscent of the classics.
I actually find the level design to be rather good. I may have not played it, but it looks good.
Okay, two things. One, like I said before, that's your opinion. If GameDew doesn't like the level design, that's his opinion and he's entitled to it. The second thing I want to say applies to both Ryan and GameDew. Do you guys even know what level design even means? It means how the level is laid out. Sure, there's also the backgrounds and sceneries, but if you're complaining about how the levels look, then refer back to the graphics argument. Also, remember at the first part of this video, I brought the fact that Ryan has not played Sonic 06 at the time he made this commentary? Well, this is that point. So to be fair, this is the only part of the commentary where he admitted that he hasn't played Sonic 06 prior to his video. But it's enough to set people like Danny and the other Ryan off.
And you're forcing me to repeat myself. Just because it's not the same as the classics does not mean that the game sucks.
And you're forcing me to repeat myself too. There are some exceptions.
There's a lot of pop-up. Tree, no tree. Tree, no tree.
That's common in video games.
Invisible walls are everywhere.
I don't find that to be a big deal because invisible walls are common in video games. Play the God of War game.
Didn't you use the term that's common in video games in your last point? This is the reason why I left the bit where GameDew complains about pop-up in.
There's no rumble. Look how bad the camera is.
You know, GameDew, you should have probably cut that loading screen bit out, cause it wasn't necessary.
Okay, are you even trying to rotate the camera?
Or maybe he's just trying to show how weird and unreliable the camera can be at times, forced or not. Even the angry video game nerd has to play bad on purpose for a part of his review, just so that he can show what he's trying to explain.
Okay, that would be the last Ralph Shutsu reference in this commentary. Know what? This doesn't count for the tally.
Chimpanzee would handle the camera better.
And again, your Photoshop techniques are terrible. Your Photoshop pictures are terrible.
Okay, GameDew show way more of his terrible Photoshop pictures between this one and the one with Tails and the Life Ring. So why do you feel like repeating yourself saying that his pictures are terrible in this one artwork? I mean, if you think that it's just as bad as the one with Tails, that's fine. But it's not like the worst picture you've seen in the review.
At least the music matches the sceneries.
Ah, thank you. At least that's one decent thing about the game. The music's incredible.
He only said that the music matches the sceneries. He never said that they were good in any form.
Well, let me guess. You're gonna say something like the angry video game nerd that it's worse than something.
Okay, first you thought that GameDew said that the music is incredible because they match the sceneries, and now you say that GameDew is going to say that they're worse than something? I know it's my opinion, but that felt kinda contradictory. Either way, I'll end part 2 here. The rest of the part consists of GameDew saying that the music is worse than Alvin and Chipmunk sing with allergies and alarm clocks, Ryan asking Runwoods for room in the Psychic Club because he guessed what he just said right, and GameDew showing the worst picture of his review, prompting Ryan to mock him further and giving him a whammy. Only one part of Ryan's commentary left, guys.
Yes, if you want to know what that is called the whammy from game show Press Your Luck. If you don't know how that game show works, look it up on Wikipedia.
The collision detection sucks.
Hey, play Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. That game has worse collision detection.
Question: what review of Sonic Genesis did you see where the person reviewing it said that the game had worse collision detection than Sonic 06?
Slides like he's figure skating.
Okay, that is not figure skating at all. If you want figure skating, go to Google and check it out. Here's an example. This is figure skating.
Earlier you told GameDude to look up figure skating on Google, and now you show him a picture of figure skating to him? If you remove either one of those points, nothing will change.
Instead of the robots resembling animals like they should, they resemble unwanted crap deleted from Metroid Prime.
Why are you comparing Sonic 06 to Metroid Prime?
He's only comparing the enemies in the game to enemies in Metroid Prime. He's not comparing the game itself to Metroid Prime. Basically, he said that the enemies in Sonic 06 resembles Metroid Prime rejects.
And besides, I like the robots in this game.
This is the last time we say this, but it's a matter of opinion, you douche.
Couldn't have said it better myself, commentary noob.
Some of the rings are impossible to get. They wouldn't be so difficult if the camera didn't change angles.
Not even a few seconds ago, you said that the rings are impossible to get, and now you're saying that they're difficult to get? Impossible and difficult aren't the same thing, unless you're using another hyperbole.
You don't have to get all the rings. You just need to collect enough to survive through the level.
GameDude's only complaining about the camera being a huge hindrance to collecting rings. And yes, I know I'm using another point from the other Ryan, hope he doesn't steal me. But either way, Ryan, nice try by saying that GameDude doesn't need to collect all the rings to win the level.